Hey everybody, so today we're going to be looking at some F-14 Tomcat gameplay, and I'm a reasonably average player. Yeah, I can get kills. Right now I'm scanning to see if there's anybody directly in front of us. Like, I always like to do a quick scan because people sometimes like to rush you from this side. So now we kind of have a good idea of where the enemy is. Learning to use your radar is a big part of the Tomcat. Overall, the Tomcat experience is you are the best thing in the sky, but a lot of it is just trying to understand, if you are the best thing in the sky, what do you do at any given time, right? Here we have a missile out on this MiG-23. Nothing too crazy. We have somebody trying to lock us, but ultimately this MiG-23 would have to maintain a pretty ridiculous course for this missile to successfully track. Or no, that was on a different aircraft. So you notice we don't have our nose directly at them because we don't need our nose directly at them. Because that's not how the Sparrows work. And that does end up being a kill. So, that's one thing is like your radar scans at like 30 to 40 degrees, or like 160, 170 degrees. It's not quite your entire front arc, but it's pretty close. But here, like we're currently trying to narrow the cross section of enemies around us. And have to dodge that joust because we don't want to take the joust. And Tomcat, if you have a missile active, you'll take the joust. Otherwise, you don't. And that guy got obliterated. Just moved out of the way of his shots, smashed him. We have two Su-22s. We don't have any more Sparrows, so again, we're not taking the joust because we will absolutely turn circles around these idiots. Like if you're the king of the skies, an Su-22 is not a problem. It's like it has to surprise you, or you can basically just murder it. Now, we kind of use our AIM-9Hs a little more loosely than perhaps I should. See this guy's coming towards us, and I'm like, no, just not do that. And the reason is because the AIM-9Hs are not the most effective missiles. Like, they don't track terrifically well. So, like, you're mostly just like, that one crashes into the ground. But they don't track terrifically well in general. They're most of the time not that hard to flare. So in general, I wouldn't say the AIM-9H is my favorite missile by a wide margin. We actually lead him a little bit too much with those shots. He's doing a good job of evasive flying, and at this point he's kind of out of range. So I'm like just trying to catch up with him. My concern right now is that I might be running out of fuel because I have been afterburning for a while. But in general, like, at long range, the Tomcat usually holds all the cards, unless it's fighting another Tomcat. At close range, it holds all the cards unless you're fighting a J7E or an F5. Although you can outpower an F5. Like, its engines are a lot worse than yours. And we realize, like, the J37, if he has plenty of fuel, he can actually outrun us. So we're like, alright, we'll let that guy go. At this point, I think he's turning back in, and I'm like, okay, he's not turning back in. Alright, cool. And we have a teammate falling too, so it's like, okay, we're not catching him. He's probably RTB, probably going back to base. So we'll just head back, And I was going to head back to base, but then I see this MiG-21 in front of me, so I'm like, alright, cool. Let's see if we can pop him with the Vulcan real quick. And we do. So that is our third kill for the match. The Vulcan is an incredibly good gun. Very high muzzle velocity, good damage, good rate of fire. Like, it's probably the best gun in the game for air-to-air. Spoiler: we're not going to get any more kills this match. So it's a nice little 3-kill game, and none of the kills were that involved or in depth, because the Tomcat just has all of the resources to be the best plane in a given match. And overall, I really like it. I think it's a good plane. Even as a fairly average player, I have a good win-loss ratio on it. So, yeah, I think it's worth getting, at least for now. We'll see what gets added with the next patch, but yeah, it's a great aircraft. Hope you enjoy that. Have a nice day, everybody.